This week is Veterans Day. And in honor of Veterans Day, which was once called Armistice Day, we're going to talk about All Quiet on the Western Front by Erich Maria Remarque. Welcome to Matt Reviews Books. I am Matt. This is a book review channel dedicated to older books. Books that were bestsellers in their own right, in their own day, but are no longer. And if that sounds like a good time to you, well, golly gee willikers, down below is the subscribe button. Hit it, click it, whatever it is you feel like doing to it. With that out of the way, Veterans Day was once known as Armistice Day. An armistice was the end of World War I, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. All Quiet on the Western Front is the novel about World War I. Let's move right along to the synopsis. Erich Maria Remarque was in fact a World War I veteran. He was a German. He experienced extreme hardships, and he wrote about them. And he spent his entire life writing to expose the horrors of war. All Quiet on the Western Front is the story of a young man. He's a 19-year-old man, and some of his friends who enlisted in World War I in the Kaiser's army, all from the same class. And they go to war, and they spend the next 4 years in the trenches. And this book picks up sort of towards the end of World War I. Remarque uses his protagonist, Paul Baumer. I'm going to say Baumer, but this is how you spell it, like right now. That's how you spell the name, and I can't pronounce it because Remarque uses very graphic imagery to describe trench warfare. And he takes Baumer. Baumer goes through. It's like day to day. It's a day in the life almost. Repetitive of being shelled, being shot at. But then it's a lot of sitting around, being bored, and trying to survive. Trying to survive starvation, because by this point the Germans, they don't have great supplies. The disconnect that Baumer feels when he goes home on leave. From the front, he goes home and he gets in civilian clothes and he can't connect. There's no way, he describes being unable to reconcile the home life and his mother and his sister who don't understand war with what he has to do in the front. The only thing they've done for 4 years is kill. These young men feel as if they have seen the absolute worst that there is in life, and that really is the reality of life, and that everything else is ruined. They will always see the war. It is not romantic, and it is not sensational. It is just ugly. So, with that, why don't we move on to... This is a rough book. It's a harsh book. Remarque, he knows what he's talking about, and it comes through as his experiences, what he saw. He was wounded several times in his own experience on the front line. It also has within it some very truly human moments of compassion and touching, of emotional connection between men who before were complete strangers but now absolutely depend on each other to survive. It is a great book. The men and women who serve in that capacity really do deserve our respect. Absolutely, they deserve whatever we can give them in support and thanks. So with that, I will see you next time.